Alright, I'm here with SSJ4Sonic, a competitor in the 2010 World Mario Championships taking place tomorrow on Thursday, July 15th at 9 p.m. Eastern Time, 8 p.m. Central Time, and 6 p.m. Pacific Time. So, SSJ4Sonic, I'm just going to call you Sonic from now on. What do you think about your chances in the 2010 World Mario Championship?
Well, I'm not gonna lie. I am considered the underdog coming into this championship. Um, I've heard of a lot. I've heard of a lot of stuff about Dabu and Snow as well. Snow, constant bragging of Kaizo, one of the hardest mobs. I think I do stand a good chance to rival them. I mean, I've been playing Mario my whole life. I think if all comes down to skill, I think I could keep up with them.
I see. Now, you are a three-time Go World champion. A question many people have in mind is how is that going to transfer to your Mario skills? Do you have any comments on that?
Well, in Go, you need to have reading ability. What I mean by reading ability is the ability to think ahead of your opponents, to think, of the board as a whole, to think about many other variations occurring at the same time and taking that into effect. Now, putting that into Mario's scheme is essentially the same. I mean, you're reading ahead. You're able to factor in, all the different factors, the dangers essentially, and you're able to, find the best sequence in a Mario. Essentially the same as.
I see. Now, looking at your opponent specifically, we have Lord of Dabu. He's a legend in the GameFAQs community. Many think his age is going to factor in. He's 26, so he's maybe the most experienced. What do you have to say about him?
I've heard a lot about Lord of Dabu. I won't be, 100% sure until we play because, being a moderator and having all this knowledge, being basically hyped up this much, doesn't show skill. So I want to see firsthand how he does at his, old age. I mean, he is getting old and decrepit. 26 is a very old age for, competing in the competitive Mario, championship. It really diminishes your your reflexes, and so if he can still keep up with me and Snow, who are fairly younger than him, then I'll give him props for that. But we'll just have to see tomorrow.
And what about your other opponent, Snowster SC? It is rumored that when he was young, at the age of 8, he collected all 120 stars in Mario 64 without dying a single time. So he is possibly very talented. What do you think about him?
Well, getting 120 stars in Mario 64 isn't a big accomplishment without dying once. The game was basically a very newbie game. It had giant retard signs for you. I don't see him much of a threat at all. Um, you're looking at a guy who played Super Mario Brothers 3 and found all three warp whistles without any guide or Nintendo power whatsoever, just out of dumb luck. And I think that's a greater accomplishment than 120 stars.
I see. So how have you been practicing and preparing yourself for this event?
I wake up at around 8 a.m. 8 9 a.m. I get a quick lunch, quick breakfast, and then I just play Mario for like 6 hours a day. At around 2 o'clock, I'll get off for lunch, and then I'll just come back. I'm training extremely hard. I'm also keeping, my physical shape in check. I'm doing daily runs. But as I'm doing runs, I'm also thinking about Mario, thinking about, the best possible the best possible pathing I could do, just thinking about, what kind of stages are a possibility in this new hack, and essentially just keeping my mind in the.
I see. Do you have any last comment?
I I actually don't. I'm curious to see how Dabu does. I mean, being close to 30 is a huge handicap, and Snowstar I heard is like 12 years old, so he might have the upper hand out of all three of us, but we'll see. Skill will always shine in that. Thank you.
All right, fair enough. Thank you for your time, Sonic, and I wish you the best of luck tomorrow.